don't be mad. I know that it makes you sad when I simply don't obey. I tried my best, I'd like to say, Jesus, please hold on, when I simply don't have a song, and my heart can't give you praise. It doesn't care to even sing your name. But I still believe that you're bigger than all these things. When I can't find what to say, somehow you know that you love me the same. Jesus, are you even real? Sometimes I pray, but I still can't feel the peace that you claim you would give when we had a hard day. No, I really shouldn't ask, but do you record all my bads? Will they put me in hell? Or is that a myth that the preachers sell? I still believe that you're bigger than my unbelief. When I don't know what to say, somehow you know that you love me the same. Somehow you know that you love me the same. Somehow you know that you love me. Jesus, I'll keep trusting you, not always because I want to, but there's nowhere else to go. The words feel different, this much I know, and I'll try my very best. At times it feels like life is just a test, like we were destined just to fail. Did you feel bad? Is that why you tore the veil? you feel lost 100 times before. Go on in circles on a one-way street until your feet get sore. But I guess you haven't heard, even you're around no more. Things are about to get much better, so I wanna make this forever. 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 I wanna make this.
Departure at 11:45.
Took a long time to know what I wanted, and now I do, and I will wait on you. Took a long time to know what I needed, and now it's clear whenever you are near. Forever holding out for you. It took a long time to find what I was looking for, but when it did, it all fit together. It took a long time to see what was in front of me. I can't lie, no matter how I try.
Gleis 1, direkt.
You'll always be the one I want at midnight. You'll always steal my breath away, yeah. You'll always be my heart, my life, every second, every day.
Next arrival, track 11, the regional train to Grindelwaldgrund, Kleine Scheidegg, departure at 7:45.
I met you on Franklin Street. A couple kids inside the big city, smoking heaters in the back alley. I even made you cry once. Andrew's diner for lunch each day. Walking the river till our worries fade. Chet Baker on an old cassette, singing Let's Get Lost. You moved away, I stayed behind. I was in love, but I didn't want to say it. You were the girl who walked through walls, and there were times I thought you might be too, but the timing was just off. Now we don't have to hold back, and darling, I just love that. We got forever after all. We were both married, we both had children. How could it all work? Who were we kidding? I stopped listening to all those songs and leaving messages on your machine. It was too painful to keep in touch. It only brought me to what could have been. 15 years passed, I saw your name. I wrote you, you wrote back. Everything felt the same. I fell in love, but I didn't want to say it to the girl who walked through walls. And there were times I thought she might be too, but we were too afraid to fall. Now we don't have to hold back, and darling, I just love that. You're my forever after all. We met up in Chicago in the hot sun by the lake. I took a picture just in case it was the last time we did this. I was in love and I finally could say it to the girl who walked through walls. And at the moment you said you were too, I heard wedding bells call. And we don't have to hold back, darling, I just love that. And in case you're still wondering, you are still the top. Girl, it must be you again. You have gone straight to my head. Take the pills and go to bed, but I'm still hooked on it. Well, you are sacred in a way. I don't know God, but still have faith. He will manifest.
Love at first sight, when I looked in those eyes all those years ago. Trips to Virginia so Grandma could meet ya, to starting a family of our own. A few years later, a couple hairs grayer, you're still my favorite one to hold. Coffee and red wine, and turning down invites to spend the evening on our own. Like a firework in the night city sky, in the fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the Intercity to Interlaken West, Spiez, Thun, Bern.